Guys, Cody90 here, and today I'm going to be doing a gear setup and guide for Exalted lives for 1v1ing, which is what I do. So let's get into it. So these right here are my main stats that I like to use, what I've been using recently, what I've been using a lot, because I've found that this kind of works the best for what I go for. So the damage is 96. If I had a triple damage pet on with this, I could have 102. But for this pet, until I eventually got my perfect pet, what I would want triple damage proof and assailant. This is what I use for this. So I have 96 damage and then 32 global resist with 54 to the spirits because I am using the craft hat. 8 accuracy, so at least 2% chance to fizzle. 408 crit, and then 315 block with 19 pierce, 90 pips, 1% shadow pip, and 24 in and 17 out. So to get these stats, this is what I wear. So I wear the 96 craft hat from Chrysalis. I do have the Malister hat, but I'll get into a setup with that hat after this. So I mainly use this because it gives a lot of damage and a lot of crit. And the Malister hat. Well, this is just for this setup because the Malister hat, of course, is amazing, and I'll get into that in a second. But then for robes, I wear the Armor of Sorrowful Life. Comparing this to the Malister robe, I honestly still like the Armor of Sorrowful Life a little bit more. The Malister robe is really, really good. Don't get me wrong, a lot of damage, a lot of crit, a lot of resist, a lot of accuracy, a lot of health, but I just still personally like the Armor of Sorrowful Life for how I play, and I've noticed a lot of other lives too, some of the better ones have been using it over the Master Robe too, so I know it's not just me who thinks this. And then for boots, of course, you can't go, there's nothing better than these besides if you were trying to use crit boots or something. But the Undying Milestar boots, the best boots in the game, the Milestar boots for every school. And then for wand, I'm using the Staff of the Undying Heart. Again, pretty much the best one besides Lunar. Or for what I'm going for at least. If I had Lunar, I could probably get better stats, but I don't. So I use Staff of the Undying Heart, lots of pierce, lots of block, a lot of crit. Then the Thames, I was trying to farm earlier, but nobody wanted to farm. I still need to get my Thame from Darkmoor. Super common drop, it makes me so mad that I don't have it. And my stats could benefit kind of greatly if I did have it, healing and such. Because my healing is pretty bad, but yeah. I use Blade of the Fell Titan. Still a really, really good Thame though. And for amulets, I have the Morgantha amulet, as many of you know. If you don't have it, I would probably recommend either the Balance Ammy, because Balance Ammy is really nice for balance spells and reshuffles and stuff. And when I used Balance Ammy before I had Morgantha, I had Savage Paw, which Savage Paw was really, really nice. Another thing I guess would be Death Ammy. You could do that for Doom and Glooms or something. But yeah, I use Jewel of the Shadow Web. Other amulets the Miniature Divines from Darkmoor, the good one, and the kind of poopy one. Or I said Amulet of Divine, I think. But yeah, I use Jewel of the Shadow Web. Then for rings, Alpha and Omega ring, I still have yet to see the supposed way better rings from the secret boss or whatever. I still have yet to see them, and I kind of think that they're just bogus, but Alpha and Omega ring. Only other ring I would probably suggest would be the Duelist Daredevil ring. That ring's really good. I just don't have the tickets for it because it's expensive as balls. And then for pets, this is the pet I use. I wish I could trade Fairy for Paingiver. I really do, because that's the perfect pet that I have all these stinking pets trying to get. All these pets I need to train, trying to get triple damage proof, an Assailant or Striker, one of the two. I just want the higher crit. So I do have this Minotaur back here, but it was so close, and I got the wrong crit. I was really upset about that, because that would have been my perfect pet, and it would have been kind of cool to be on a Minotaur too, because you usually only see like spot Fs of those. But that's that. And then for deck, I don't have the craft deck. I'm way too lazy for that. Probably will never get it because I'm lazy. So this is the deck I use for all my setups really, and I'm gonna make a separate video for a deck setup because I don't want a super long one. But to get into other stuff, if I am trying to go, this is like overall gear. I think these stats are really nice. The only thing of course I could ask for is that extra 6 damage, and everything else is pretty amazing in my opinion. If I'm trying to go for like another good setup would be Calv Undying Mouser with the Armor of Sorrowful and the Mouser boots. These are pretty nice too for more universal resist, get a little bit more pierce, get your power pips over 100, a little more shadow pips, not as much crit, drops down to 375, which isn't that big of a deal because these stats here are still really nice. You could probably even put on like triple damage proof and fairy or something with these, or what is that? This would probably be pretty nice too. Yeah, 100 damage with 47 universal resist. That's really nice. For crit, what I use is I will use my Malastite robe, and then I have this pet which failed with the wrong crit, but it was pretty much what I was going for with the block and stuff. I can have 98 damage, 35 resist, 16 accuracy, 406 crit, 315 block with 100 pips and 20 pierce, and so that's pretty intense. But yeah, for my main setup, which I like to use, yeah, I don't know, resist gets kind of low if you switch it over to the crit hat. But yeah, the main setup I like to use and what I've seen work best is these right here. So I would expect many matches in the future with these because I mess around with stats like all the time. So these are like my favorite so far. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. The deck setup will be probably out tomorrow or the same day I upload this. I don't know, depends when I upload this or not. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.